It's the final month of the year, so of course I gotta make an investing guide with some closing notes on everything that's going on now, what you should be doing with some of the items that you own, and what to be focused on during the month of December, because now we're sort of straying away from the Operation Major, stuff like that, and we've got to bring some older traditional, I guess you could say, investments back to light. So as always, if you guys do enjoy, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and quickly before we get into it, be sure to check out my sponsor, Free Cash. Free Cash is an easy to use site where you can earn money by completing simple tasks on your PC. By going to the Earn tab, there's simple surveys you can fill out and mobile games you can play to earn coins. For example, there's easy 5 to 10 minute surveys that you get a guaranteed $1 for every one you fill out. On average, it only takes around 18 minutes until users cash out for the first time, and there's an average of $18 earned a day, which really isn't too bad. Withdrawing is also incredibly easy and gives you a ton of options. You can even withdraw CSGO skins once you earn enough coins, and if you don't want that, there's gift cards, crypto, really anything you want. So be sure to check out Free Cash with that link in the description and sign up for a free 100 coins today. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, I want to cover the whole Turkish lira situation and how it's affecting the Steam economy so far and how it will affect the CS economy. So if you guys didn't know, the Turkish lira is pretty much just collapsing in price right now, and Valve / CSGO devs / whoever haven't bothered changing the exchange rate in game. So compared to the US dollar, for example, people are using Turkish lira to buy at a lower price because their currency is undervalued compared to the in-game store, and then they go on to sell that item at a Steam market at a premium. An example of this literally happening in real time is TF2 keys. Even if you don't play the game, just know they're just a liquid item used pretty much as a currency in that game. You can buy them for $250 US in the store, but because of this whole Turkish lira situation, you can buy them for a lot cheaper. So they've hovered throughout the 250 to 220 range on the Steam market pretty much throughout their entire lifetime, for years. But with this Turkish lira situation, they've just been dumping out in price, down to around the $1.80 range right now. So how is this going to affect the CSGO market? Well, according to a Reddit post on top of r/CSGO market forum from a guy named Hostile Hero, things aren't looking too good. He states, on top of the already bad Turkish currency situation where they can buy the capsules for 13 to 14 cents, whereas everybody else has to pay 25 cents, and which Valve apparently doesn't care to fix till today as of writing of this post, there is now an exploit which makes it extremely easy for anybody to just buy the capsules for 13 to 14 cents in mass. The Chinese have already been using this exploit since 2 days ago, and who the F knows how many items have been stashed this way. So not only are 25-cent capsules being bought for almost half of their price, but these capsules are gonna get listed on the market in the next few days. So for now, I personally am not gonna touch them at all. I'm just gonna wait to see how this situation plays out. Also, I would not try replicating this bug if I were you, as when Valve fixes this, if they found out you abused it, you could definitely have your account banned, trade locked, or something like that, as I'm sure it's against TOS. So overall, if you're interested in looking at this situation, if these things are listed at the 13-14 cent range on the Steam market, which they shouldn't be because the people want to sell for a premium, maybe they'll be like 20 cents, then maybe you can buy some and then sell them once they get removed from the game. But with this whole Turkish lira situation, things can get really wonky, which is why I'm just letting the whole thing play out. But for now, let's move on to some other investments. I've covered this in some of my recent videos, but I just want to reiterate that I think major investing and operation investing, if Valve keeps doing them in the same formats that they're currently doing at least, are just not worth looking at as investments anymore. With Operation, Valve gives players too much choice, allowing them to pick whichever collection they want, and there's always a clear favorite, leading to supply issues. We saw this with the Op Fade last time around, and why it's currently selling at around 50% of the price it was at peak. And we're probably gonna see this with the Desert Hydra this time around, which is why I'm staying away from it entirely. Majors, of course, have their 75% off sales every time, as it's what makes Valve the most money, so there's no reason for them to stop doing it. And this of course leads to huge supply issues as well. The only saving grace to this could be that the sale won't last nearly as long this time, at least compared to RMR, but I'm still not touching it. So this is mainly bringing my focus on the older investments for the time being. stuff that's incredibly low supply and still is a market of people that want it. High tier stuff and just rare stickers are the main things I'm looking at. Specifically Cato 15 still. I want to talk about these again. I think I talked about them a couple days ago in the video, but there's some other things I want to point out. An interesting trend that I've noticed with Cato 15s especially, and they've shown this year after year, is that they have a huge spike in around May/June. Most recently this year, a lot of them doubling in price, but earlier years they upped to 5 times in price, which I don't think we're ever going to see again. But after this huge spike, they sit flat for a pretty long period of time at a slightly higher price than what they first were before taking off initially. I'm not sure exactly why this is, but this has consistently happened amongst all the Cato 15s I've looked at, and you could look at the market as well. It could possibly be tied to other skins as well, which makes it really interesting. If you keep in mind that we saw something incredibly similar happen during late spring, early summer this time around with Operation skins, and with the complete flatline in price in all old Operation skins after Operation Riptide got released, I've got to imagine, and I've said this in a couple of videos before as well, that we should see these things start to pick up in price once we get towards the end of the operation. The major will be out of the way and no one will be spending money on these 75% off capsules, and as the operation comes to a close during late February, I feel like not just the operation coming to a close, but the timing with it and how we've seen spring/summertime positively affect skins in the past can finally be the time we've been waiting for to see older operation skins start to take off in price, or at least increase from the flatline they've been at for a while now. As it should be a dry period for content in the game, presumably we'll have a few month break before the next operation starts, and there of course won't be a new major anytime soon, so the focus should be on older items when it comes to investing. Personally, I'm going to be looking at Shattered Web items and operations earlier and just older collection skins, Glock Fades, Dragon Lures, I guess M4A1 Knight, just high tier stuff like that, and not just Broken Fang just yet because of the supply issues that we saw with it. And obviously not Riptide collections either, as I think they're just going to end up like Broken Fang collections did up to this point. Too much supply, not worth looking at anytime soon, but based on how Broken Fang skins performed during the spring and summer of 2022, we should have a better idea on how Operation Riptide skins will be in the long term, and then potentially we can start to make a move on those. But besides all that, I think that does wrap it up for this video, so as always, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.